Hey, what's up everyone, Dex here, bringing to you my thoughts and opinions on Warner Bros. MultiVersus. Now this game has finally come out from its early stages of the beta, and I've decided to give nearly enough my thoughts and opinions on this game to see if this game has gotten any better or any worse. I just want to clarify that I gave a review 1 to 2 weeks to get my full-fledged opinion on things, and I'll be going through the good shits and the bad shits that Warner Bros. MultiVersus has to offer. Without further ado, let us begin. Now, MultiVersus is basically a 2D style fighting game where basically enough you can play as your favorite Warner Bros. Characters, ranging from the DC Comics to Cartoon Network, or various other characters from the movie genre in general. And it is more or less a fighting style game based off of Smash Bros, where basically your objective is to knock the other opponent out of the ring. The higher the percentages, the most likely they are to be knocked out of the ring. In it, you can play in 1v1s or 2v2s, as it's mostly recommended, in order to enjoy the game. And if that doesn't tickle your fancy, they've added in a new game mode called Rifts, where it's a more or less style PvE game, where basically enough you fight with bots or play various mini games, and once you make it to the end of the rift, you have an opportunity to play as a boss. And that's pretty much about it regarding the game. So, let's now move on to the good shits and the bad shits that this game has to offer. Starting off first with the good shits, I will give them credit to nearly enough their Rift zone or their PvE content. It gives us something more to play other than just fighting and kind of adds in a bit of story mode to the whole thing as well. And it is a bit challenging if you so wish to play this on a bit higher difficulty. So I gotta say that's one good thing that they've nearly enough added in. And secondly, would have to be nearly enough their store, particularly the Prestige store. Now, what they've done here is anytime that you have leveled up on your battle pass, and yes, they do have a battle pass, and I'll get to that in a second, or purchase some of their in-game currency, which I will be honest, it doesn't go for that much, you will receive nearly enough prestige points. And you can use those said prestige points to get yourself skins or other items that they will later add in to the store, which kind of gives back to the player if they've leveled up on the battle pass, or giving the company real world money and they'll give you back with getting something even more better. Which I've got to say, big up on that. And sadly enough, that is the only good things that this game has to offer. So let's move on now to the bad shits and buckle the fuck up, because there is a lot of bad regarding this game right now. Now moving on to the bad shits, let us first start off with the Battle Pass. Now, I ain't got no problem with the Battle Pass, but basically enough the way you obtain its XP. And the only way for you to obtain its XP isn't by said playing the game, it's by completing said challenges that is only given to you daily and weekly or sometimes available for you in events. Making it so basically enough you just do your daily challenges and there's really no point in basically playing the game only to set forth, well, level up your character or your player level. And that's pretty much about it. And speaking about characters in general, you can't pick another character if you so want to rematch anyone. You're stuck with that character until basically enough you go back to your main menu, which is another bad thing on what they've done. Because I like understand why bother removing that when many people would want to play as their side piece or probably their main character or someone else that they probably want to try out too. Another thing basically nearly enough that they've done messed up. And lastly, I've near enough got to give it up for their basically challenges that you've got to do in the Rift, where most of them require you to complete these challenges with a certain character that you don't have, and the only way to get that said character is by quote unquote buying money to said get that character if you don't have enough fighter currency, or beating it with a certain skin which also requires you to get money, or waiting a few days just to fucking play that. And lastly, even many of the games that I tried to record, I tried to record some matches. Many of them never happened because sometimes the game would just sometimes corrupt and the match wouldn't even happen. I don't know if it's on my end or on that person's end or on the other person's end, which I've had that happen to me a lot. Even when I'm playing fucking PvE. PvE! And pretty much that is everything to probably go over with the bad shits. And brings me to my verdict on this game. And that is this game good? It barely gets an okay. Do I see hope for this game in the long run? On how this ship is steering right now, I'm going to say no. And honestly, I don't want to see this ship sink like its beta did. I don't want it to be boring. I don't want it to basically go on the way it is. But on how the devs are sailing this ship, sooner or later, it's going to be right back down in the shitter. And hopefully, they can fix many of these problems. Like, give us the opportunity to play as many characters, or have it to where when we're in PvE, we get to play as all the characters that we want. But in PvP, we're restricted to the characters that we've gotten and bought. And hopefully enough, they add in more fan favorite characters. Like, I know Ben 10, Samurai Jack, fucking Gandalf, Harry Potter. They're the fucking main characters I would say that would probably keep this game alive. But if they keep adding in characters that probably no one knows or no one even cares about, it's going downhill. But would I recommend you play this game? I mean, heck, it's free to play, so get it at your own risk. But what do you think? Do you agree with my decisions? Do you disagree with my decisions? Or how else do you need enough review this game? I would enough love to hear your opinions in the comments below. That being said though, if this review was anything helpful, be sure to leave it a like. If it didn't, then I don't, and I give it ass. And if you're interested in joining the Rat Kingdom in any way, shape or form, I'll link to our Discord server is in the description below. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, peace. DX is out.